Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial of Beast. Today we're going to talk about muscle building and, if you're more technical, hypertrophy and how to obtain hypertrophy. We're going to do some biceps curl with using the barbell. We're going to squat in. We're going to curl inside the rack. Kill me in the comment if you like. It's just a purpose to show you how to use the app and the sensor. Always wear the sensor on your wristband. If you're working inside the rack, you can easily mount the phone and hold it on your side so you can easily see the results live. Having real live feedback of your exercise is really important because it motivates you and it keeps you more aware of what you're doing. So before we begin, make sure the load you've chosen is correct. That means for hypertrophy from 60 to 80% of your maximum. Again, if you're working toward the 80% of your max, that means you will do less repetition, obviously, but also it is much more difficult to hold the correct technique. Instead, if you're staying on the lower side, so 60%, it will be easier to use the correct repetition technique, and you will also have to do more work, obviously. The key is to find a load that stimulates enough your muscle fibers. So once you've chosen your load, two elements are key for this topic. They are volume and density. Volume is defined by the total amount of load that you will lift. So actually, if you want to do some math, it's reps per set per load, and it's basically, again, how much weight did you lifted. Density is volume divided by the time you needed to lift it. So if you're doing 3 reps of 10 repetitions, that's a total of 30 repetitions. If you are using 30 seconds rest, that will be a total of 1 minute and a half of rest, and so you will have 90 seconds of rest to divide. When you're training to build muscle mass, the amount of work you are doing is almost as important as the quality of the work that you're doing. So to keep track of this quantity of work, volume is the key parameter. Let's do the first set. You will see a colored circle growing in the upper side of the app around the repetition number. So if you know how many sets you want to do, you just have to divide the cake in slices and you will have control of the volume. In this case, I want to do 4 sets, so I will go until the first quarter of the circle, which is approximately 8 repetitions. You see the circle, and you can see in the pause the total volume of 160 kilograms. The other key parameter for muscle building is density. The density is always very difficult to calculate because it depends by the volume that you are doing and the rest time. So you usually need a calculator or a stopwatch and a timer, and it's a mess. Beast does it all alone and it calculates the density for you. You can see in the post view the density depending by the volume and the rest time. Let's do another set. Wait for the timer and go. So I'll try to reach the half of the circle. That's my second set. Tap the screen and go into the pause mode. You can see in the general screen that I have volume that is now 320 kilograms and density 28.7 kilograms each minute. That means basically that I'm lifting about 30 kilograms every minute. I want to do this as higher as I can because it means I'm putting more volume into less time, so my muscles are not recovering completely. This is perfect for hypertrophy. So a good strategy, if you want to do the programming of your workout or periodize, like we call it, is, for example, to keep the volume of your exercise constant and vary the intensity, especially growing it, or to do the opposite and keep the density stable and raising the volume of your workout. This is actually very simple, because if you select the weight, then you have to do more reps, keeping the rest time equal, or do the same amount of repetition in less time. See you another time. I'll wait for your comment on our YouTube page. Bye bye.